What's up, guys? Today we are going to be starting out our first video on Sprite Kit. So go ahead and open up Xcode 5 and create a new project and select Sprite Kit game. Press next, and I'm going to do it testing out Sprite Kit. Press next and create. And so today what we're going to be doing is kind of just looking around Sprite Kit and kind of toying with it just to show you a few things, and then later on we'll be getting more in depth. So first let's go into our viewcontroller.m file. So here you see a good bit of stuff, but not too much. So what it's doing here is it's creating a view, an SK view, and it's setting it equal to self.view, and it's going to show us the FPS count and the node count, which will show us how many frames per second the app is at and how many nodes are in the screen. And then we create a scene over here, and it just creates a scene from my scene, and it does the size of the view. So it'll just make it the size of the screen, and then we set it to scale the aspect, so it'll be the same size as any screen, no matter like how if it's like a 3.5 or a 4-inch. So this right here just shows us to auto rotate. Oh, and this just presents the scene, so it shows the scene on the view. And then this just supports a bunch of different interfaces. So let's go ahead and jump into the fun stuff, the myscene.m file. So right here, it is setting up a method for our view. So it's setting the background color to an SK color instead of a UI color, which would be in just an iOS app. And an SK label node is what it's creating right here. It's called MyLabel, and they're setting the font to it, Chalk Duster, and then the text of it is Hello World. The font size is 30, and then the position, they're making a CG point, and they're doing the middle of a rectangle, and then they're setting that rectangle equal to self.frame, which is the screen, and then it's adding the label. And then over here, it processes touches. So when you touch it, it sets a point called location, and it puts the sprite on that location. And the sprite is right now the spaceship, and then it sets the position of it to the location. And then the action, it rotates by angle, MPI, whatever that means, for a duration of 1. And then it says repeat action forever, which is this action, and then adds the child. So let's go ahead and run the application and see what it does. Alright. So as you can see, when it opens up, it has the Chalk Duster font and the background color, and then the Hello World label. And when we click on it, it'll set a spaceship that spins around forever by the angle MPI, which I believe is a 180-degree angle. So let's go ahead and exit out of this and make this app our own. So I'm going to first start off by changing the color a little bit. So you can change it to any number you want. Just make sure it is a decimal of 1.0 or below. So I'm going to do 0.87. I'm going to do this one, 0.315 and 0.53. And for the label, I'm just going to leave it at Chalk Duster. I'm going to say, for the text, Kevin rules, and I'm going to set the font size to, let's do 167, and let's set it in, let's erase this. Alright, so CG point make, hold on, CG point make, right here. So I'm going to do 500 and 150. Let's see where that ends up. And down here, I'm going to add in my own picture. It's going to be this penguin. And so you guys can change all of this stuff however you want to. This is just what I'm doing, just for examples of what you can do. And it is called penguin. The locations, I'm going to leave that. I'm going to change, instead of rotating, I'm going to do move by, and I'm going to do CG vector make, this is basically a CG point. It just shows like where to move, so it's just two floats. So I'm going to do 1000.0, 800.0, and we can just close this off because we already have the duration. Repeat action forever. I'm just going to do repeat action Alright, so I'm going to repeat the action for, let's say, 3 times. Just leave it at that. Alright, so I have everything customized how I want it. Oh, actually, I want to add one thing. So type in Sprite, which is just our image, and I'm going to change the size of it because the picture is a little big for the screen. And I'm going to set this equal to CG, CG size. And I'm going to do 100 and 100. Oh, forget 0.0. Alright, let's run it up and see what all it does. So as you can see, our background color is now pink. Our font size is way too big. It's kind of down towards the bottom. Let's make the font size, let's say 27. Alright. And it's gone now. That's weird. Change it back to 167 then. I have no idea why that happened. But obviously it's too big. It's towards the bottom. But that is our label that we changed up along with our background color. And down here, now if we touch the screen, let's see what happens. So as you can see, the penguin, instead of rotating, just flies off the screen in the position that we did. So obviously that's pretty cool. So you can maybe see some possibilities. Later on, maybe we'll add some physics to it and it can bounce off the walls or maybe explode or something like that. So just tell me, guys, what you think of this video, what you think of the series, and what you want next time. Obviously, I will be showing you the basics a little bit, but later on, if you want to see just some fun little examples, kind of like my Xcode tutorials, let me know about that. And like the video, share it, subscribe. Goodbye.